The Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Los Angeles Clippers 125 to 122. This game was a very competitive game from start to finish. There were some lead swings, and this was a game where the stars really did show out. In Luka Doncic, he got 38 points, while Kawhi Leonard got 31 points. Kawhi shot nearly 60% from the field on 11 to 19 shooting. He was 66% from 3-point range. He had 5 assists. Nearly a perfect game, except for his 5 turnovers. And this game seemed like it was going to end up being a thrilling finish. And you could say it still was, but if you're a true NBA fan, you have to be disappointed about what happened with Kawhi Leonard during this game. This game was really a microcosm of Kawhi Leonard and how I always call him part-time superstar, because he doesn't show up consistently. He misses a ton of games, and then he'll put together a great stretch where he looks like he's like the best player in the league. We've seen this happen so many times, and this game was no exception. For 3 quarters, he looked amazing. He was playing great. He was matching Luka Doncic point for point and exceeding him on the defensive end by a huge margin, showing again why he's such a great player, because he can dominate both ends of the court. And it looked like he was gonna will his team to a victory against the Lakers in a game that they were down at one point by like 16 points. He spearheaded a comeback in the third quarter in which they went on a 17-1 run to briefly take the lead. Granted, the Lakers took the lead at the end of the quarter, but heading into the fourth quarter, this game looked like it was going to be a game of like tug of war, where it's going to go back and forth, both teams throwing punches at each other. But it didn't end up like that. What happened was, with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, Kawhi Leonard just took himself out of the game and said he had ankle soreness. To me, it just didn't make any sense. I'm like, ankle soreness? Like, what the hell? This like seemed like something out of WWE, where a guy fakes that he's in pain and then he can't finish a wrestling match, or he just gives up and submits and loses. That's what it really struck out to me about this. Like, it just didn't make any sense. I meant to say stuck out. Like to me, it was weird, because you even look at the reaction from Ty Lue on the bench when Kawhi tells him like, I can't play. There's like a look of disappointment on Ty Lue's face. Think like, what? You're not gonna finish the game? You're gonna just walk off the court? You can see in the body language, and Kawhi's like, yeah, I am. What you gonna do about it? I'm just gonna leave now. I'm gonna walk back to the locker room, and that's exactly what he did. And after that, even though the game was close, you knew that the Lakers were going to win this game, that there was no way they're going to lose other than having an epic choke job, which they almost had. They almost gave away this game in the final seconds when they turned the ball over, coming out of a timeout. I wonder who turned it over. Let me just look it up. I'm just curious. I forget who turned it over at the end of the game. I'm just looking right now. I really hate this new ESPN stat they pulled out in play-by-play. Usually it's easy to find out who makes a turnover. Okay. Yeah, LeBron turned the ball over in the final seconds of the game, coming out of timeout, which led to the Clippers stealing the ball by Batum. Batum jacked up a three in desperation to tie it. It was a good three, but he just missed. So they almost choked away. But my point is that we knew that the Lakers were going to win this game, even though it was still close with Kawhi being out of the game, because they had a closer in Luka, and the Clippers didn't have a closer anymore once Kawhi left. So he cost his team this win. That's all on him, because it seemed to me, like I said, that Ty Lue was disappointed that he wasn't going to finish the game, that he could have finished the game, but he didn't. So to me, this was him being selfish, like he's always been selfish, looking out for himself, not caring about the team, not caring about winning, that he's not a true competitor in the sense that he wants to compete all the time. He can compete once in a while when when things favor him, like it did with Toronto that one year, where he had to prove himself so he could get another contract in the league. I think that's the only reason he competed with the Raptors that year, because he had to show people he can still play at a high level so he could secure another max contract. And I feel it's kind of like the same in this current situation with the Clippers. I think he only has another year left on his contract, so he still has to show people he can play at a high level so he can secure another bag. But this guy is just very selfish, and I felt like that he showed it again in this game in the final 5 minutes. A truly selfish player, and someone that the league really should come down on after the end of the season for his scandal involving. I think I forget the name of the company the Clippers are involved with. Aspire, I think it was Aspirations. That was the name of the company they were doing the illegal, shady contracts with. I think he definitely should be suspended for that. He's a very crooked player. This game really showed how crooked he was by what he did. I can't respect that. To me, that was very disgusting. And you could say I'm a Kawhi hater or and whatnot since I'm a Spurs fan, but I actually want the Clippers to win. I actually want them to win these games so they can make it to the playoffs and so they don't have to give up their pick to the Thunder. Granted, they still have to give it up, but I don't want them to give up a lottery pick to the Thunder. That would be really bad. So you could say I wanted the Clippers to win. I wanted Kawhi to do well in a Machiavellian way because it's in the best interest, I feel, of the league that the Clippers win games right now, despite their scandal. So OKC does not get some top 5 pick or pick where they can get like a star player. That would be horrible. So, but going back to Kawhi, it's like I said, just very selfish guy, part-time superstar. People should not give him props when he's playing great until he can consistently play a whole entire season without his bullshit. Like this guy, I can't even remember the last time he played a full season or close to it. I think maybe Toronto. So this game was really overshadowed by Kawhi being selfish, and I don't have anything else to say about this.